How to deal with competition in wholesaling. Guys, this is Rick Ginn with Flip with Rick. In this video, we're going to teach you how to deal with competition in your local wholesaling market. But listen, before I get started, do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the share button, and share this video with someone you think will benefit. Hit that subscribe button to continue to receive the absolute best free wholesaling information available on the internet. So let's talk about it. Competition. How do you deal with the competition in your local market? So I'm going to walk you through step by step how to do this, and you might be surprised at my answers. So this is coming from 19 years of dealing. Oh my gosh, the amount of competition I've dealt with is mind-blowing. And here's the tips and tricks I'm going to share with you over 19 years that most people just won't tell you the truth. So number one, you have no competition. Rick, the video must be messed up. You're right, you heard me. You have no competition. If you just become aware that you really don't have competition, it will solve most of your problems. The reality is most of you are so concerned with what your competitors are doing, what they're offering, you spend more energy trying to focus on how to deal with your competition than actually working on your business. I've been guilty of this in the past. I constantly, how did I get that deal? How did I miss it? You have to come from an abundance mindset. And here's what I mean by it. When your competitor gets a deal, just commend them on it. Don't go in there and put a sad face on his social media channel. Just go ahead and say, man, that's awesome. Great news. And you will do so much better by killing them with kindness than trying to battle them and try to figure out like their secrets. It doesn't mean that you're not aware of your competition, but when you recognize you are so much better than your competition, you stop wasting energy on stuff that really doesn't matter to your business. So it doesn't mean ignore your competition. It means take note of their marketing tactics, the type of deals they're taking down. And then if you want to up your game, you can up your game, but do not change how you operate your business based on your competition. And it's really critical, important you understand that, because I see so many people who spend so much time like Billy's doing this or Shelly's doing that. No, here's the deal. Go back in the videos and remember what I told you. Be consistent. Offer options to your sellers. Help them out. Go above and beyond what anyone else will do. Be a real person. And if you do that, your true intentions will come through and people will want to work with you. And that's the key. So many times people will go, oh, so-and-so offered me X. And I just give a little bit of a blank stare. Now, our gut reactions go, oh, it's competition. I got to outbid them. No. I clearly tell everybody up front I dealt with, and I teach my sales staff is, I'm not going to be the highest bidder. I end it right there. But I'm going to be your best option to sell this house to, because I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. See, because it's not always about price, because in the end, if the competitor doesn't buy the house, or say they wind up having to get a reduction because they didn't get it done right, they're not going to meet the seller's expectation, and that leaves you opportunity. So those who offer prices that are not realistic and will never stick, if you just do what you're supposed to do at the core of your business, you will always have the opportunity to help that person out. So say your competitor offers, 20K more than you, and you go, listen, I can't beat that number. And you gracefully go, listen, I still want to buy the house. And if something doesn't work out, please reach out to me. I'm going to follow up with you in a week and see where you're at with it. And what happens if that seller is unethical, or they just bidded it up to get the contract, and then they have to give the seller what we call a haircut, a price reduction, and that's their strategy, they will piss the seller off so much that in the end, they're probably going to go back and do a deal with someone like you that at least told them the truth up front. So remember, the only competition you have is right here. And the minute you let go of it and stop changing how you react to your competition, it will open up an entire new world for you. So once we've recognized that we are our only competition and we are not going to change what we do based on our competition, and honestly, we're aware of what our competition does, is we are going to focus on what we do in our company and how we can do it better. If you're constantly striving to make something better and you're following local trends in real estate and national trends, you should be way ahead of any competition you have. If you're reacting what your competition does, it means you've fallen asleep at the wheel and you don't know what's going on and you need to spend more time in your business. So here's what you do. If you truly want to be the best competition, meaning you should be in competition with yourself to make your product better. Well, Rick, how do I do that? Well, you can offer a website that explains your product a little bit better. You can have a YouTube video and record hundreds of videos. You can add testimonials to it. Guys, these are all free ways to make your business better. My question is, are you doing it? And if you're not doing it, is your competition doing it? And the better question is, are you doing it to keep up with your competitors, or are you doing it to make your business better and help out your customers? And if you do it to make your business better and help out your customers, you will always be ahead of the curve. Those of you that are reacting based on what your competition does, it means you need to pay attention to your business more. And this is the truth, because if you don't, I promise you, your sellers will. So here's the next one in the competition. So when we do have competition on the deal, and you will, if you've recognized that they aren't competition and your focus is on you, your business, and your sellers, is I'm going to teach you what we call the be first and last competition method. Okay, Rick, what does that mean? Whenever we get contacted by a motivated seller, we reach out to them or vice versa. In a perfect world, we'd like to see the property first, right? Hey, I'm coming over. I want to do it. I teach my team, and I always did this myself, is I want to be the first one to the property for obvious reasons. Speed kills in wholesale. Let me repeat that. Speed kills in wholesaling. Whoever gets to the deal first, connects with the customer, and solves their problem, gets rewarded with the deal. So ideally, we want to be there first. I've had thousands of times I've showed up and I've actually had other investors there. So one of the tips I do it, say if you have a 10 a.m. appointment, I always show up at 9:30. You know why? Because I want to know what's going on before. If there's a parade going through the property, and you know what I mean, meaning they've lined up 4 or 5 competitors and they're all going there, I'd like to know that. I don't like to be surprised by it. So sellers won't always tell you that. So if you show up early, so I like to drive around the block, get a feel for the house, see what the outside looks like, see if it matches the inside pictures, and that's my first method. And I like it. Say I'm there and I know there's 3 other people showing up. I'm going to go and do my due diligence. Here's the key, guys. If there's competition there, do not fight it. Don't even address it. Act like it's not even there. The idea the seller usually does it is they try to do it psychologically to mess with you. What they're trying to do is get you in a bidding war. Now, we already know we never pay the most for the property. That's a sucker's bet. Go to MLS. He who pays the most gets killed in real estate, particularly in wholesaling. Say there's 3 other people there, they're walking around the house. Instantly, I promise you, your competition will start asking you questions. What do you think about this property? Did you see that crack? How much are you thinking about offering? How'd you guys find this deal? What'd you do? And here's what I want you to do. Your focus has to be on the seller. Your competition is trying to take you off key and distract you, and they're trying to gather intel to use against you. So don't give it to them. So many times we want to go negative when we deal with competition. I want you to do the complete opposite. Kill them with kindness. Ask them about their kids. How's your business going? Nothing but positive comments. The more positive you are, the better they are. Your seller sees how you interact with other people and they're going to make judgments on you. And so many times I've noticed when I was a lot younger, I would attack my competition. You don't have the money. You can't close fast. That last deal you did fell apart. You guys suck. And the seller takes mental note like, yeah, you're not a really nice person. And I thought I was doing the right thing and I was actually hurting my business. So now when I get other competition, I high five them. Sometimes I hug them. And I focus on their family. I try to the best of my ability to take them off their game because they want to fight you. So don't fight them. So play with them, enjoy them. Actually, the ironic thing is after 19 years, like my competition are like some of my really, really good friends. And I used to hate them in the beginning. But now it's just a business. We high five each other when we get deals. And it is what it is. And you'll actually get more respect from your competition. So that's the first part. So go in there. If you have competition, do your underwriting, look at the property, make mental notes, try to make your connections with them. And here's the crazy part. Do not make an offer with competition there. Well, Rick, how am I going to compete? Here's the deal. I want you to plant the seed to follow up. So you know we're always going to follow up. Mr. Seller, I tell you what, I want this to work out for you. Obviously, you're looking for the best solution for you. I know I have it for you. I have an idea on what you need to get for the house. When you're done bringing everyone through the house and that, let's meet up and I'll put the deal together for you. And I'll be happy to answer any questions or any concerns you have about me or anybody else viewing the property. And just planting that seed of, I want to come back and give you the best offer. Let everybody put it on the table. And then the idea is you want to come back to be the last person. So if you're first and you're last, kind of like a Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. But it works really well. If you just show up last, you have no idea what happened before you and you're kind of at a disadvantage, and this tends to help. So last thing I want you to do is leave a contract and let them use it with your other competitors. That's what most sellers are going to do. You are not going to do that. So I've even been known to show up 3 hours later or even the next day and ensure I have the last position. Understanding if your why is to help customers get their houses sold and in return the money will follow, then if you know they have a problem with the house, you need to help them. Here's how I look at it. If you're calling up 4 or 5 other investors, and I know nobody's as good as me, no one's as honest as me, my integrity's there, and I can help out a lot of people. I've been doing this 19 years. I feel in my heart, it's my duty to give the best case scenario to that seller why I need to buy their house, because I think I'm going to help them out the most. I'm not going to put them through the games. I'm a real buyer. I can make it work. And depending on their conditions when they have to move, I feel obligated. So first, last, follow up, whatever I got to do. I want you to be first and I want you to be last. So if you show up first, you're going to talk positively. You're going to make an incredible impression. And then when you come back and your competition's away, it gives you ample time to present your case, solve any issues there, get over the price, make that connection with your rapport, and get the deal. Most of your competition will not bother to do this. I've spent hours on customers to make incredible amounts of profit because I took the time and I did the first and last method. So guys, go ahead and steal it. I'm telling you, it works. So many people sit there and fight when everyone shows up at the same time, and that's not the time to do your battle. That's the time to make the positive impression, open up that door and come and clean it up in the last round. They're like, oh, Rick, what if they sign a contract right there? If you do your job correctly, you leave the door open to where you get to put in the last offer. And it doesn't mean you're going to get every one of them. We don't want to buy every house. We want to buy the house that we can solve problems, help people out, and accomplish our why. And that's pretty much it. One of the last things I want to remind you is be you. Do not be someone you are not. So especially if your competition's walking you down like a negative hole, don't go there. It's not you. It's not who you are. The one thing, guys, I have learned over the years, and I learned it the hard way, talking negatively about people does not leave a good impression about you. And understanding it only comes from your ego. So when you talk bad about your competition, it's just feeding your ego, and it really puts you in a bad light with it. So guys, what do you think? I want you to take the first and last method and run with it. It works. So many of you guys sit there and battle when there's multiple wholesalers there, and that's not the time to do it. That's the time to make a ridiculous positive impression, prop that door open, and go in and close the deal. And whatever it takes to get the deal after that, that's what you got to do. If it aligns with you, you got to go back there and visit them 3 or 4 times. That's it. Little thank you letters that you hand deliver at the door make a tremendous difference. You don't have competition. The truth of the matter is you are your biggest competition. And once you recognize that, you look at your business completely different. So guys, tell me what you think in the comments. What do you think about competition? Have you changed how you view your competition? Do you adapt your business based on your competition? Or are you looking to up your own game and your competition has to try to keep up with you? So guys, do me a favor. If you want to continue to receive the absolute best free wholesaling information on the internet today from myself and Zach, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, share this video of someone that you think can benefit. Maybe just share it with your competition. Do me a favor, hit that like button. And this is Rick with Flip with Rick, and I'll see you in the next video.